Man, that's gonna be dank.
What's gonna be dank?
That fire rhyme he just dropped.
Yeah.
It's gonna be lit as fuck. Litty.
I'll give that one to you guys. You can have that one.
Good.
Royalty free.
Wow.
Yeah.
Thanks, Dustin.
That's nice.
You're welcome.
I respect that.
Had you hadn't started recording it, had you?
No.
Damn it.
Yeah, sorry. I didn't know he was going to start dropping fat beats.
I can keep dropping beats until I don't know.
The cows come home.
Until the cows.
Until the dick was removed from Peter's ass.
Yeah.
Boots and cats and boots and cats.
Yeah. Peter Piper's gonna have a big problem in prison with
his pretty
with his pickles.
His pretty pickle.
Pretty penis pickle.
Yeah.
Pretty penis pickle.
Anything to fuck with the pop filter.
These are pretty good though.
Yeah.
I think they were like what, $5-8 a piece?
Something like that.
They weren't
I don't
expensive.
remember. No, it wasn't too bad. It's better than when we tried to ghetto rig it with microphone.
The foam ones?
Yeah.
Yeah, we used...
that was a good time.
Just gonna grab it. Boop. Tried to use these.
Oh yeah.
Did not work.
Those are like outdoorsy.
It worked poorly.
They don't even fit. Like the entire size is about the size of the
you
casing.
had to like rape it on the microphone.
Yeah. So
Rape it on the microphone is probably the best way to phrase that.
Yeah.
We definitely raped it on the microphone.
The microphone went to the corner and cried. Like it was a real weird experience for everyone.
#me too.
Oh man. I suppose there are some things that we might not put on this podcast.
Yeah, this is just right now is really just since you guys haven't had a chance to like meet.
Yeah, we're
This
riffing
is-
now.
Yeah.
Officially meet.
Yeah.
I do like what's in this case with the moist towelettes.
Oh yeah.
In case things get real messy in this.
We got to clean up somehow.
It's mostly for jism, but
Sometimes for wings, but
mostly jism.
because of good wings.
Hurricane.
Yeah. We were talking. Do you watch Hot Ones at all?
Yeah, I love hot ones.
We want to do that kind of thing, but with Hurricanes, which is like a wings bar around here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, just to partner with them and try to get a little more exposure.
Their wings are pretty dank.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus, they're quite dank.
They're dank wings.
They're like Thomas the Dank Engine. Dank.
the dank engine. Nice.
It was my favorite cartoon growing up.
Yeah.
My favorite part was when he pulled out his gat.
Nice.
You never really know what's going to happen on Thomas the Dank Engine, but somebody's going to get shanked at some point.
Yeah. The dank engine, shank engine.
Yeah.
Oh, so you've seen it too.
He just chews while shanking down the railroad.
He's like attached to the spokes on the wheel.
Yeah, just,
shake.
shank's always moving.
That's fucking great.
You don't want to get in the middle of that tank engine.
We have a new animated show that we are going to create. Thomas the Shank Engine.
Can we get Tyler, the creator, to make a intro for it?
Obviously. I
okay.
think that's the only person that we could get to do it.
Because he did it for Bill Nye Saves the World, and that show went real well.
Best shot.
It was great. It was great. It was great.
Such
It
a
was
shame.
good. It was
I watched
awful.
like half that show and was like, this doesn't look familiar. This isn't my childhood. I'm over
You tried to
with it.
capitalize on the nostalgia and you failed.
Yeah,
It just did not
went
work.
Horrible.
I got like 15, 20 minutes into the first episode and I was like, nope, no
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah.
No thank you.
I can't do this.
That the gender one was just so cringy.
Oh, was it?
Yeah, like the music thing at the end.
Yeah.
It wasn't good music. And I don't know who the person was who was doing it, but it wasn't melodic and it wasn't rhythmic.
Right.
So like it would be a
So
slightly
it
off
wasn't
time
music.
Yeah, but like there was a beat to it. So cool. I don't know. It had potential, but it just
They obviously
fucking
didn't
squandered.
renew that then, right?
what?
They didn't renew it.
I doubt it.
Yeah.
I'd hope not. At
Sorry,
least.
Bill, you're old news.
It's fake
Now,
news.
if they did a Neil deGrasse Tyson one,
That would be good.
I'd be about that.
Yeah. Well, they did.
Planet Earth.
Was it Planet Earth?
Cosmos.
Cosmos.
Yeah.
That's it.
That was good.
Cosmos.
That was good.
I like Neil deGrasse Tyson, except for the whole Pluto thing.
What was the Pluto thing?
I'm always butthurt about Pluto.
He was one of like the main people that was like, Pluto's not really a planet.
Yeah.
It was
Oh, yeah.
well, fuck you, Neil.
Yeah.
To be
Wait.
fair, Pluto's weak, and it can get the fuck out of my solar system.
Can you just move along now?
This is a meritocracy.
Yeah.
Somebody told me the other day that it's actually a moon of Neptune, so that's why it was officially lost planetary status. It technically it follows Neptune's orbit, so it's not orbiting the sun, which is why it's not part of the solar system anymore.
Oh yeah.
I don't know how true that is, but that is what was said to me.
So is the idea
right.
like it can't go fast enough to actually complete a rotation?
No, it's just stuck in Neptune's orbit while Neptune is orbiting the sun. So while it's orbiting Neptune, it's still on the same, it's still in the same pattern. It's still technically orbiting the sun, but its sun is Neptune.
Oh, okay. I got
It's
you.
caught in Neptune.
Yeah, it has
Neptune's
like a
gravitational
weird-
pull, not the
Yeah.
sun's. It's too far away from the sun to be stuck in that pull. So it's technically like a really big moon for Neptune.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From
Stupid moon.
what
Stupid
they
dog.
said. I don't know how true it is.
We're gonna have to Google that.
I don't know enough to
Although-
dispute it, so
Yeah, exactly. I was like, really? I didn't know any of that. And then I was like,
Interesting.
do you know any of that?
Yeah.
Can you cite sources? I'm going to need a paper.
the
done
internet.
Yeah.
by
That's
next
the
week.
source.
Yeah. I'm gonna need science on that one.
Yeah, you're going to need to
I also did hear
show your
that
work.
It was its orbital pattern around the sun that made it not a planet because it's not the same.
Oh, okay. Not okay. Huh.
It's different, and you know what we do with different things.
We shun it.
Yeah, you're not a part of us anymore.
Leave. You don't belong here.
You're not one of us. How are the levels and stuff?
I'm just going to keep playing with levels.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Do you want the headphones?
like my life. I think I'll be okay. I'm just trying to eyeball it at the moment. Just watching the screen.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, I'm looking at that, see where we're at, see where Dustin's at. Josh, you're actually louder now than you normally are, so congratulations learning to pronunciate.
Hey, that's great.
Good job, man.
Enunciate as well.
I'm getting a lot better about it. Yeah. I think part of it too is because I'm moving back a little bit.
Yeah.
I don't feel like I have to be really quiet up here,
You don't.
so I can project.
Yeah.
Which that wasn't very.
I'm
good
an
projecting.
actor.
Make out with the microphone while you're NPRing.
Unless you're trying to get like real sexual about it.
I want to touch your microphone with my mouth.
I like your foldy holds.
Your excitement
Give me your
levels are
Terry
showing
folds.
in your audio levels. It's very nice.
Oh.
Feels good.
Yeah.
So should we get into the real one?
Do you want to get another one?
Yeah.
I mean, we can get real whenever you want. I'm just gonna.
So when I
rip,
was 5 years old,
so you can cut whatever you want in and out.
I feel like what'll probably happen is that segment will be just like an extra because I feel like that was still good conversation.
Yeah.
But
You're a good conversation.
oh my god, thank you.
And there. And we're back.
And we're back.
Have you guys reached out to see any sponsorship and stuff, or you're waiting until you get the subscriber level up?
Yeah.
We're
yeah.
at 7 right now,
Nice.
so
Yeah.
A good crisp 7 subscribers.
feels good.
Yeah,
Feels
I
good.
mean, it is the Lord's number, so we like to keep it there.
Yeah. We are on rest on 7 subscribers. We are. 8 is just too much.
Yeah.
You can't really.
Not sure we could handle 8 right now.
Yeah.
Nah.
You can't converse with 8 at once.
Yeah, I think
Just
2018 is when we'll start actually pushing for it,
Yeah.
or maybe like holiday break.
Oh,
Like we don't have
Yeah.
holiday break, but like college kids.
Right.
Like that
College
time.
holiday break.
Yeah.
Yeah. When college kids realize podcasting's a thing and they listen to it.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I'm so out of the loop. I don't know what college kids do anymore. Such a
They get
shame.
offended.
Oh, they get offended.
They're good
Yeah.
at that. They're
Yeah.
good at that.
They're really good at protesting and being offended. And
Yeah.
is
they're-
it still millennial? Is it still considered millennials? And or are they like
I think Gen Z started
21st centuryals?
Gen Z.
Gen
That's
Z.
the new one.
That's
Yeah, and
it.
I think that started 2000.
I hate that, by the way.
Gen
Gen
Z.
Z.
Yeah, it's stupid.
They tried. I mean, that was what we were gonna be.
It's stupid.
Where were
Gen
we?
Y.
I'm glad
We're
that
Y.
No, we're millennial.
we're
We're
millennials. Yeah.
And Gen Z's the next
Actually,
step.
What year
The
are you
next
born?
flavor. 86.
I think it starts 84, so I think you're still.
I think
just
you
hit the
just
cusp.
got
Just-
I
just got
it.
in. Just got into the
Just
very
got in.
exclusive club that everyone hates.
I'm thrilled. Yeah.
Yeah.
We're to blame for everything.
It's all the
are
millennials'
killing.
fault. We've only been in the workforce for like 5 years. What are you guys talking
Yeah.
about?
And we just ruined capitalism and multiculturalism, and everything is ruined because of us. And
Isn't it great that we get to pay Social Security and then not get any?
Yeah.
It's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
excited.
I love it.
you guys are gonna die having money from us, and we'll never get it.
We'll never get it. I will have paid it out and never received it.
That's why I'm just going into Bitcoin.
Yeah. Do you have any Bitcoin?
No, I want to, but
Yeah.
I gotta wait until I'm in a more consistent financial situation.
Right. What about you? You in Bitcoin?
No.
Any crypto
God,
life
no.
choices? That is like so. In the nomadic
Professional
space,
homelessness.
there's like a couple things that it's like 6 degrees. How long will a conversation take until it reaches these specific things?
Right.
And one of them is cryptocurrency. The other is actually talking about the 4-hour work week with Tim Ferriss.
Right.
And then the last one is passive income.
That sounds right. Yeah.
You can have any conversation with any nomad, and it will eventually reach one of those 3 stages in the conversation.
I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah, it's sort of similar to every internet conversation. How long does it take until an internet conversation brings up Hitler?
Yeah. What is
Right?
that? It's not Murphy's Law.
It's the
It's the law of Adolf.
Adolf. Man, what is it? It starts with a W. I can't remember.
Weiss. Winter's Coming Law?
Yeah.
When?
It was from a guy that I worked with too. His name, that's his name, but it's not, has nothing to do with him.
Really?
Yeah.
Just kidding. He was the creator. Fuck you guys. I'm better than
he
you.
started it all. He was the one who brought Hitler up into that conversation.
Good
What
for
a
him.
dick. But tell us more about the nomad stuff. Because we did, just for background for everyone, you and I did a train trip from Florida to Portland last February.
That's right.
And I mean, it was a lot of fun. It was hot the first fucking time. But
I wasn't invited.
yeah, Pat,
Yeah.
we said, fuck you, Pat.
It was a very
You can't come.
exclusive group of 2.
Yeah. It was cute. We held hands. We ate meals together. It was
Yeah.
nice.
They could only jerk off each other. They couldn't handle one more penis.
No, it was a
It was
Dutch
tough.
rudder. It was a Dutch rudder.
Yeah, it was really interesting, especially when we had to go to the dining car and they wouldn't let us sit across from each other. We had to sit next to each other.
Oh, yeah.
Just to have another group of people sit across from us.
Yep.
They really wanted that stranger interaction to really boost up their train weirdness.
Yeah, especially when we were waiting for the group. So
Yeah.
it was just you and me sitting there
Yeah.
and waiting and just like, thank you for taking me. This
Yeah.
is really nice.
This is a fun dinner.
So, question from the outside: did your train shank anyone?
You know what? I don't think it did, but it was pulled over
Missed
for like
opportunity.
5 hours.
Missed
Oh, yeah.
opportunity.
Yeah, there was
Yeah.
one part where we were waiting for a cargo train to go by.
3 of them.
3 of them.
3 separate cargo
Great.
trains.
Yeah, we were up, I don't know, it was really close to the Canadian border.
Yeah.
And just sitting out in the cold for like 5 hours.
Cool.
We wake up to just waiting. And then 5 hours later, one goes by and we're like, there's 2 more? This is obnoxious.
But I think that's where we got that. It's like my profile picture for most things now.
Yes.
I think that's where that got taken.
Yeah.
Sweet.
But-
Train life. Hashtag train life.
Yeah, that's something I want to do again for sure. I was talking to Pat about it.
Yeah.
Like it's what did we pay for that leg each? It's like $150.
I don't know per leg because the Chicago to Portland leg was the longest. Plus, we paid for a cabin at that point.
Yeah.
But I do know that from Orlando all the way, 3 separate legs total cost us $500 per person.
Yep.
Around that.
Yeah, I think it was 150, 200.
Yeah.
So the 200 we got like
Was for
we
the
each had our own bed.
Yeah.
We had unlimited meals or not unlimited, but 3 meals a day
Yeah.
covered. It was great.
Yeah. And we could have gone from Portland all the way down to San Diego too if we wanted to. So we could have kept it going. But I had to go to a wedding. And
Yeah.
I forgot you had to do something as well.
Fly back here.
You had to fly back to Orlando. that thing,
Come back
return.
where I live.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was a good time. He actually just showed me a video that he was working on of all the footage
Yeah.
we made, and it was a nice little like trip down memory lane.
Yeah. It was a trip down memory lane, except like outside of just you and I, no one would understand any of the video.
Yeah, it's just a slideshow with music basically.
It's
Yeah.
a trip down memory lane for literally just us.
Just us. No one else can have that trip. They'll watch it and be like, this is stupid.
Yeah.
Maybe the people that was sitting across from you would also understand, but other
Yeah.
than that, it's a very exclusive memory lane trip
Yeah.
Yeah.
for certain individuals.
Just-
And
just
we'll
for
link to
us.
it below. No,
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. So for those of you that don't know, Dustin is a professional homeless person. And
That's correct.
That is correct. And I feel like this is more about you kind of letting us know what that life is about, because I am not a professional homeless person.
Yeah.
Nor I.
And
That's good too.
I would like to know about becoming that. I would like to know
Yeah.
how would one go about this?
Yeah, so being professionally homeless is a choice.
You're not born that way?
Yeah. I didn't fall into homelessness. So basically, at the beginning of this year, I just kind of left everything behind. I put my all my belongings in a storage unit, got rid of my apartment, tried to get rid of my car, but apparently it's a lease and they don't let you get rid of it. So I had to stick with that. So it just kind of parked in my friend's house for an entire year. And now my battery's ruined, which is really fun.
Sweet.
But anyways, yeah, so I got rid of everything, stored it all, had no bills besides the storage unit in the car, and just kind of left. And I had plans all the way up until the first destination abroad, which was Bali at the time. So basically, I had no idea what I was doing. I had no future plans. I had really no idea what I was going to do. But I just knew I just wasn't going to live anywhere permanently for a year.
Well, you're alive.
So I am alive.
You made it.
I succeeded. Yeah. I tell people that I've finished season 1 of my nomadic travel.
Is there a season end date, or is this a forever thing? Is this
well, season 1 ended, I'd say, when I came back to America just now, in November. And so season 2 starts up next year, 2018. A whole new cast of people.
Great.
New stories.
New stories. A new personal brand and perspective on things. Because the first year was a gap year, where I just quit my job and lived off of my savings for an entire year to see how much it costs to live abroad for a whole year, from the home, how much a home would cost abroad, how much all the flights would cost, the food and everything, and factored that in and how I could make that better next year, or how I can utilize that to find out how much I need to make as a job to keep this lifestyle going.
What did you find? Like, what is the monthly income you need?
So for me, I chose specific countries that are very affordable to live in. And so those countries were Bali, Thailand, Hungary, not the most popular places to go. I mean, I guess Thailand's popular, but we're talking if people want to travel, they go to France, Paris, France.
Nobody's like, I can't wait to go to Hungary.
Yeah, exactly.
It's gonna be dope.
I'm itching to go to Hungary, right? But I chose those because of a couple of reasons. One, they're super affordable to live in. And two, there's sort of this digital nomad hub that are in these cities that I can surround myself with very similar, quote unquote, professional homeless people who
it's going to be a thing.
Are also traveling independently of their own country. And there's really not a monthly pay for everything, but I would say if I were to do it again, I would need to generate about $2,000 a month in income to keep this going forever, which isn't
That's not a lot,
right?
That's not a lot at all.
Yeah, I average about around. You can do an entire year under $30,000, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
And the jobs that you can have while you're abroad online all make you around $30,000, right? You can even be obnoxiously doing user testing, which is like $10 a test, and just do user testing. There's really not a lot of intelligence that goes in. You just have to look at a screen and talk to it.
Yeah.
And then $10, right? So you could do something as simple as that, or you could do something as elaborate as a marketer, an online marketer for Facebook ads, or a web developer, or basically any job where all that required is having internet.
Yeah, or drop shipping stuff and
exactly
influencer type things.
YouTube vlogger.
Yeah.
Just anything where all you need is internet and some sort of income through that internet job. And so it's really cool. Just you can literally go anywhere, because even, I mean, I was in Bali, which is not a westernized country by any means, and that still had internet where I could work. And
It wasn't
did you end up
good
doing
internet, but it was internet.
it was internet, yeah. It wasn't the best internet, but you dealt with it.
Did you end up doing the satellite internet thing?
No, I never did the satellite internet. No, I never landed in a place where I needed it, because most of these countries, if there wasn't a co-working space, there was a coffee shop, and the coffee shop usually had internet. Certain places was interesting because you had to learn their language on how to ask for Wi-Fi. And so, like, first you're on your Google Translate, how do you ask for Wi-Fi? And then you go to the person and be like, you know, what's your Wi-Fi in their own language? Yeah, you just
I want to
show them it. Yeah.
Do this thing.
Yeah, it's a lot of pointing and grunting most of the time.
Was that like the biggest hurdle you found in being professionally homeless? Like the language barrier in your first year?
The language barrier was definitely very difficult. Certain countries, though, English is their like number one second language, so most people knew it. Bali, a lot of, you know, service industry things knew it. So you're talking restaurants, taxi drivers, all those people knew English because they knew that who they're serving are English speaking people.
Right.
Plus all the European countries that also English is their second language. They're also traveling to these places. So English is a very powerful language in most countries. Then you get more nationalized countries like Italy or in Colombia, which, you know, English is a luxury to know. So you have to learn their languages. But out of respect in all of these countries, you learn enough to respect them, you know.
Yeah, to show that you're not just a shitty American coming in.
Exactly. You learn how to say thank you, hello, how are you, stuff like that. Just so that's like, listen, I know that I'm in your country and I need to know your language, but I'm here temporarily, so like I'll know just enough to get by.
Yeah.
I just need to not get shanked by Thomas.
Yeah.
That's it.
Need a C. Just give me a C.
Yeah.
So is there a big, you know, I feel like living in this country, one of the things that is very prominent is like this understanding that there's a huge stigma against being an American and traveling abroad. Yeah. Is that something that you found was true, or something that maybe is overblown or anything like that?
It's definitely overblown.
Nobody like spit in your face.
Nah, no one's like, you stupid Americans, we hate you. Like, it was nothing like that. I think the worst it got was really sort of self-inflicting damage.
Sweet. Like, it's the best kind.
Like, I was like, oh, I'm the silly American doing American things.
Yeah.
But it's interesting because I interacted mostly with other location-independent nomads who were from other countries. And at that point, we all kind of made fun of ourselves instead of making fun of the other countries. Like, I would meet people from France and be like, oh, we're the silly French, you know?
Yeah.
We'd all kind of like poke fun at our own countries so that like you can't do it to us. Like, I know where I'm from, I know what we do, but you know, whatever at this point. We're all
It's also a way to say like, I'm not a dick.
Yeah.
So
I'm not a piece of shit. Please don't be mad at me.
Yeah.
When did you leave to become professionally homeless? When was your first?
Yeah, I left. Well, we left on the train at February 15th, and then I left the country March 5th to go to Bali.
Okay, so you were here during the last election.
I witnessed all of it.
And did you get any questions across the way about that? Is there stuff, is there a stigma about that?
Oh, almost instantly.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
It's good to know.
Yeah, the whole world knows what we're doing. The whole world's interested.
Well, I assume they have a Twitter, so
yeah.
That would be the first step.
Exactly, yeah. They can read 140 characters.
That's good.
180 now.
Yeah, 180. That's crazy. Less dots.
Yeah.
Lord.
Yeah, every time it's one of the first 5 questions that I'm asked. So every time you meet someone in a new country, where are you from? What do you do? And then there's usually a follow-up from where are you from? so that they can sort of have a relationship with you in your conversation. And it's always like, oh, where are you from? Well, I'm from America. And they're like, so how do you feel about your president?
Yeah.
It's usually the follow-up to that.
I feel like right before that, there's an oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Sometimes people laugh and say Trump, and then sometimes people are like, oh, what a shame.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Wait,
then
like a shame that you're from America?
a shame that happened.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Bummer for you, sir. And I'm like, yes, I know.
I lived there for like a little bit, and it was when he was, and it was bad.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's kind of where my self-inflicting damage happened, where I was like, yeah, well, that's why I'm abroad.
Yeah.
I'm not there anymore.
I had to GTFO.
Yeah. So that's usually the running joke at that time when I'm talking to people. So that like,
I think it's going to be for the next 3 years.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Unfortunately.
I don't think it's a joke that'll ever really go away either.
Yeah.
Like,
Probably
I think, it's going to be, even after this saga, it's
Yeah.
like, remember that time your reality star president happened?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember.
Yeah.
Remember the movie Idiocracy?
Yes.
Remember when we lived it for 4 years?
Yeah.
Remember when it came to life?
I would take Terry Crews as a president.
I'd be down.
I feel like he would, at the very least, be honest and then like delegate out correctly.
Yeah. Well, didn't The Rock say he was going to run jokingly,
Yeah.
hopefully?
Yeah.
The Rock and Tom Hanks all day.
Oh, man.
I'd be so happy.
The dynamic duo.
It'd be fantastic. It'd be fantastic.
They would
And
get one
horrible.
thing done, make all of us smile.
Yeah.
but not as nice as The Rock. He's got a good smile.
Yeah, he
He's
does.
got those teeth.
He's got a great
I think
smile.
Cuban's planning on running. Mark Cuban?
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh Lord.
Are we gonna have like a rich billionaire running for president always now? Like Mark Zuckerberg versus Mark Cuban.
Yeah,
The
the
final
Marks.
duo.
Yeah, I don't think either of them have officially announced, but they both hinted at it heavily. So,
Yeah.
ugh.
So
Why-
that's our future.
Yeah.
Why can't we just let people in politics run for political positions? That
Yeah.
would be super great.
Yeah. They're in it. They understand the politics, so they can play with it enough to get things done at least, right?
I mean, there's
think
things
that's
that need to be
important, but-
changed as like someone who like stays as far away from politics as humanly possible, but has a general understanding. I think that there's things that need to be changed as far as being a politician, like lying.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Specifically that.
well, that's like, did you guys hear about this? I think came out yesterday. One of the senators of Ohio was very like Christian, family, anti-gay, like all this stuff.
yeah.
And he fucked a dude in his office, and
What?
then he resigned.
Oh my God.
That literally happened. He was like staunch Republican, like family first, Christian values, and was fucking a dude in his office.
Oh my God.
That's usually when you're that
Like, just don't
against
lie. Like, just
LGBT
be like,
stuff. It's
cool.
because you're hiding something yourself.
Just be like-
not always, but that's just what it seems to be when it's a political.
It's
thing.
turning out that way, right?
Yeah,
Just be like, I'm gay, whatever.
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, when they were coming into power, that wasn't an acceptable thing, and now it's like it's kind of too late
Yeah.
to reverse that. But
Do you think there's a time where they use that as a way to become politically powerful? Is to like harp on the values of the Americans to like sort of weasel your way into power?
Oh, for
Because
sure.
They drill that nationalistic lifestyle of
We're the
this
greatest.
is the way we do it and we're the greatest. And if you
This is what got us here. It works.
yeah
Yeah.
It doesn't work. Doesn't work.
yeah, and it's not necessarily what got you there anyway. Like
No.
there's aspects of it, but
Yeah, I think there's some wholesale changes that need to be made to the country. But is there anything that you picked up abroad that you think would be something cool? Like, what's different? What sets it apart? Obviously, there's the language barrier. Obviously, like currency and all that other stuff. But what's some of the cooler things that like people might not know
right.
that being abroad, you were like, this is cool as shit.
Yeah. So, learning about all the cultures, what really surprised me was going into the more poor countries and seeing how happy people are who are like devastatingly poor.
oh
right?
yeah, Mhm.
Like they walk out of their little shanty and they're just smiling ear to ear because they're alive, and like that's all they care about. Like they're there living, enjoying life on earth, and like you find that value so much, it like resonates with you so much more when you're abroad, because like Here, you're never happy until you have things, and then it's a death spiral.
Fleeting.
And
Like
then
you're only
things.
happy for a little bit, and then you need
more
Yeah.
things.
Yeah, exactly. You're like, I need to buy this to be happy, and then once you buy it, you're like, well, I need that other thing to make me happy. I didn't mean this one, and then you get that, and it's just a cycle that just keeps happening. Where these people, they're like, they get something, and they're like, this is the best time of my life. Like this just happened. This is great. Like, and I'm still alive, so that's great too.
Yeah.
And they're just some places like religion is a big effect in it, but they don't push it on you. It's more of a situation where they're like, if you're interested in what we're doing, like we'll bring you in. If you're not, then like totally cool, man. You go do your thing, you know?
So no one's persecuted for their religious beliefs. Wow. That's a new concept.
Well, in certain countries they were.
Yeah, it just depends where you're at.
Just not to us.
That's good.
Yeah, so they definitely respect all the travelers, and they love us to death, every last one of us. And they're just super happy just with the basic minimal stuff. And so that was definitely the coolest thing that I got to see. It was just like, it inspired me to like almost drop more things that I had. Like I'm carrying around a 70-liter backpack with probably enough clothes to last me 2 weeks straight without laundry. And I'm like, maybe I have too much, which is crazy to think because like, my home is on my back, and I'm like, I think I have too many things.
Yeah,
like that's obnoxious to think about.
I mean,
but it's a thing.
coming from here, like, yeah, we just so much stuff.
Yeah, and so, and I have realized that like, once you immerse yourself into their world, and you live like they do, and you don't have air conditioning in a tropical island, and you're dealing with a fan, everything that you do changes. And those certain changes affect you much more internally as well. So, for example, I lived with a family in Bali, and they didn't have an air conditioner, but it's crazy hot out all the time. All we had was just a fan. And so how do I get to sleep at night? Because I'm sweating like crazy at night. So, like, what do I do? So now I take cold showers right before I get into bed. And then you kind of air dry with the fan, and your body temperature is low enough that you can fall asleep almost instantly, and you can remain asleep like all the way through to the end.
Once you start sweating your dick off.
Yeah. Well, actually, because you're asleep and you're in REM sleep, then your body temperature remains at that level because your heart rate is lowered.
Life hack.
Yeah, it's a life hack, right? And so then you wake up and you're super rejuvenated because you had a cold shower. So now you're training your body to this cold shower, and your natural body temperature just stays low, and now you're used to the elements and the heat and stuff. So now you walk out, you see like a tourist come in, and they're just sweating profusely, like it's raining from their forehead, and you're just like, I life hacked my body out of that.
Yeah.
And so like not having those things, you figure out you don't need it.
How long did that adaptation take?
It took me about 2 weeks in every single country that was like that.
Okay. I mean, that's not bad, really.
Yeah. It takes about, I mean, especially when you hop over an entire ocean, you get 1 week of jet lag life. Mm-hmm. And then the second week, you're kind of life hacking yourself into figuring out how to live in this country, how to eat their food, what to eat.
Is there people that you like would go country to country with? Is there like a pack that you like, you guys just kind of country hopped, I guess?
Absolutely. Yeah. And actually, what was crazy was I would meet people in one country, and then 4 months later, I would run into them in another country. And it was crazy. Like, we would just separate, and then we'd come back and meet each other again. And then the second we meet, this like initial trigger comes off where it's like you forgot everything in between, and it was like you guys hung out again for that whole time.
Yeah.
And then I got on this one thing that was called the Nomad Cruise, which was a transatlantic cruise conference from Las Palmas, Canary Islands, all the way to Panama. And so it was a 12-day trip with 260 digital nomads with a 9-day conference in there of like 3 talks in the morning and a workshop at night. And this huge group, because we were secluded on the ship, we stuck so close together. my friend actually gave the best analogy was it's like freshman year of college, where everybody is sort of doesn't know anybody, and so your first bond is that you don't know anybody, and so you connect on that bond, and then you don't have to have anything in relation with each other. You just know that hey, I don't have any friends, you don't have any friends, let's just be friends.
Let's be each other's friends.
You got that
let's just
openness.
be friends. Yeah. And so you do that with 260 additional people who are doing the same thing you are doing. You start bouncing from country to country with each other. So once we landed in Panama City, I went with a big group of people to an island in the north part of Panama called Dustin Delatore. And then from there, I went to Medellin, Colombia, which was another group. We had probably about 35 people in Medellin alone from the ship. And now it's happening consistently. Like I came back to America, but there's other groups now. There's like a huge group in Bali, and there's a huge group still in Colombia. And now they're just kind of country hopping at this point. And it's just going to continue until like the next cruise happens.
I think they should let me do their marketing because I like professional homeless better than nomadic whatevers.
Professional homeless definitely.
It's got a good ring
It's
to
got
it.
it really does.
People love it and hate it.
Yeah, it's great. It's super.
Yeah.
So you told me you're going back to Thailand, right?
Yes.
When are you doing that?
I believe I'm going to try and go back to Thailand in January and start my, if you will, season 2 of the professional homeless lifestyle.
Yeah. It's catching on. Hashtag professional homeless.
So what are your plans after that? Is it just Thailand and then see what happens?
At this point, yes. I have a connection with a guy I met on the boat in Tenerife, Spain, which is one of the Canary Islands off the coast of Morocco. And he has a co-living space. So it's a home for both living and working at the same time. And it's dedicated to corporate retreats primarily. So businesses will come there, live there, work there, and kind of like bond with their teammates.
Right. Team building kind of thing.
Yeah, it's like a team building thing. And he has property next door that we're going to build shipping container homes on.
Oh, sick.
Yeah, which is going to be pretty crazy. So we're working on budgets for that. And the reason I'm doing that with him is because through the whole year that I've been professionally homeless, I'll bring it in there. I'll bring it.
People are going to hate me. So I did this podcast, and this guy calls us professionally homeless. Isn't he a dick?
Yeah. So a lot of the things that I learned over the time was just the amount of garbage that's like collected. Because here we don't understand it because you throw it in a trash can, you put it on a curb,
it disappears.
and then it disappears.
Right.
You don't have to think about it anymore. But then you go to like these poor countries where there's not even a curb to put it on. It's just you take your garbage to the pile of garbage that's outside your house that's been growing over the years.
Hey, take the garbage to the garbage.
Yeah. And then then the whole country stinks. And then their rivers are flooded and with trash and stuff. And that trash gets all cycled into all the other water trash. And you see that and you're like, wow. But these countries who are also, they think differently now when it comes to garbage. So instead of being like, well, let's invent a system that makes this garbage disappear. Instead, they're like, well, why don't we just not have garbage?
Right.
So like straws being like a big plastic thing that people don't really think about because like one restaurant will use like over 2,000 straws in one day. And so instead the restaurants don't give you straws. You get these like little bamboo straws. So it's like an alternative.
You can wash it.
Exactly.
Nice.
Yeah. So it's
like a form of composting, but not composting.
Exactly. So it's reusable, and if it ever gets thrown away, it'll just deteriorate into nothing.
Right.
So it's not like ever. So instead of them inventing waste management, they were like, let's just not have waste in the first place.
Yeah, like address the problem, not the symptom.
Exactly. So that was really interesting. And so I resonated with that through all of the countries that I went to the point where I wanted to be a part of some self-sustainable co-living community where basically everything on the land is being utilized and there's no waste. So we're talking shipping container homes or tiny homes that built out of reusable materials, and then living entirely off the grid with solar panels and rainwater harvesting and even permaculture farms that will feed the people who get to live there. And I wanted to build that up, and I wanted to build that into like almost worldwide. You can go to any of these co-living spaces and they're entirely self-sustainable. That way that you can immerse yourself the way I was allowed to into these places where it's not about putting a band-aid on a solution. It's about refixing, like just re-altering the solution in general.
So is that kind of a passion project for you now?
That is a passion project, yeah. So that's kind of like on the side what I'm like really into. And then right now I'm trying to adopt all of the
children.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just gonna take them all. Yeah,
come with me.
I'll have you and you and you.
Not you though.
Yeah,
you're the worst, Derek.
Yeah, fucking Derek.
Real quick pause. I'm gonna go to the bathroom. You guys can just talk shit about me while I'm gone.
Oh, dope.
Yeah,
I just assume that is what's gonna happen.
We're gonna create a shit talking rap about Josh. Yeah.
No, that's super cool.
Yeah,
it's a dope passion project.
Yeah, it's pretty gnarly, and a lot of people resonate with it. So it's really cool to talk about it and not have people be like, "Oh, you stupid hippie," you know?
Yeah, it's definitely not. It's not as hippie as I honestly expected it to be.
Right.
But I mean, it's like a little hippie. Like
it's a little hippie.
You're missing the Volkswagen van, obviously.
Yeah, of course, and the dreadlocks. Yeah.
Which I thank you for that, by the way.
Yeah, I'm keeping it clean.
What is like one of the more challenging, like, how's pooping? That's really honestly what I was just going to try and be nice about phrasing that. But
yeah. Well, abroad or just in sustainable living places?
Yes.
All. Just all answers.
All of the above.
Yeah. So actually, pooping abroad is a delight.
Is it really?
It really is, because they do things differently, and actually some of them are more fun than others.
How do you poop different?
Yeah, well, so it's not necessarily...
walk me through the process.
It's not necessarily the pooping that's different, because it all kind of comes out the same way.
Yeah, I would assume.
Unless you eat some of their delicious... homegrown delicacies, and then your pooping is definitely more of a screaming, watery
it's
taste.
It's like your butt's yelling at you for a little bit. Yeah.
And in some places they actually have terms for that. So like in Bali, they literally call it the Bali belly.
Oh,
where it's basically you sit on a toilet for the whole day and you just pee out of your butt. Yeah.
Have you experienced the Bali belly?
I've had the Bali belly. Yeah. It is a wild ride.
Kind of just sleep there, and then you wake up.
You wake up for more. Yeah, you just prop up your iPad and just watch Netflix on the toilet, and then you just kind of deal with that.
We're talking about pooping.
Yeah, pooping abroad.
Yeah, okay, that sounds fun. Go on.
Yeah, so no, it's the when you're done pooping, how do you clean up?
Yeah,
and so I've been one to love this, and
the Bali belly you just hose off. That's what happens after that.
Yeah, and so you literally hose off in these countries.
Oh, that's a real thing.
That's a real thing.
Oh,
so they have. Sometimes they'll have toilet paper, which they won't let you flush. You have to actually like wipe and throw in a trash can, which is interesting.
Yeah.
So you're sitting next to a pile of other people's wipes.
Yeah,
which is really unique. But they also
that's a nice way to put it.
Unique is a nice way to say gross.
Yeah. You're like, oh, that's shame. Oh,
Derek, were you in here, Derek?
Derek, fold it when you're done, right? I don't need to see the streak.
Oh, God, disgusting. Disgusting little bastard.
All Dereks that are listening are now really sad.
Yeah. I didn't mean to.
Yeah.
I never folded before. Why is it a problem now?
Yeah. But also, so next to the toilet is this hose that comes out of the water part of the toilet, which has a gun-like device where you sort of just kind of lean to the side and you point it at your butt and you start spraying it.
Like a bidet.
Like a bidet.
Yeah.
A handheld bidet.
Handheld bidet.
You get more control.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh yeah. And the stream is very forceful. So
wonderful.
It's
a deep cleaning bidet.
Yeah. You learn to enjoy some things more than others.
It can also be used as an enema.
It could if you just want to like get up in there and just like really clean it out.
You know what?
You can.
You know what's kind of gross though?
It's a shame for the next person who has to deal with that. Though.
Yeah, but
whatever.
But that means
Fuck
that
you, Derek.
That means that every person that's gone to the bathroom has touched that without washing their hands.
That's right.
So you're then touching it.
You're touching that. Yeah.
That's gross.
Yeah.
But bidets are like they're better than toilet paper.
So I'm going to give you a name that's going to be really fun to say from here on out.
Okay. Derek?
We all called it the bum gun.
That's
bum gun.
So it was the bum gun, and we loved the bum gun.
I'm absolutely going to use that.
Yeah,
I'm going to just
great.
be like, guys, I got to go use the bum gun.
And I have some fantastic footage of a bum gun. If you want it, I can give you some great bum gun footage.
Is it being used?
But is it not safe for work?
It's sort of like if you like turned a car commercial into a bum gun commercial. It's very epic.
So yes, we want it.
Yeah.
I want it.
So if you want to watch the bum gun footage,
I would love that.
Yeah, that'd be great.
But yeah, so that was basically all of Asia had the bum gun. And then once I got to Europe, I was kind of sad that they didn't have it anymore.
No more bum guns.
No more bum gun. And actually, another thing that I learned was I once was a stand-up wiper. I don't know if you guys sit and wipe or if you stand and wipe.
I stand.
You stand and
What?
wipe?
I'm not going to reach my hand into the toilet.
Yeah, so that's the thing.
It's not, bro. You lean to the side.
Yeah.
You do the side lean.
I don't want to.
Yeah, the side lean is great.
Side lean's great.
I don't.
Yeah,
No,
I'm a fully converted stander to a sitter.
It seems like a whole bunch of work.
It's the side lean, bro. It's the way to go.
Side lean's pretty great. It's real quick. It's
I'm just going to get a bum gun. Guys, it won't matter anymore.
Well, once you get the bum gun, you can't stand, or else you're spraying poop everywhere.
Well, yeah. Well, then.
So then
There's
you
poop
lean,
splatter.
and then you train yourself to lean. And
Okay,
it's
that's
really
what I need.
interesting.
That's what I need to transition.
But get it, because like, it's funny because the first time I saw it, it's like the gun that you have in your kitchen sink that's next to your normal sink.
Yeah, like that.
Yeah, and so I'm like,
But it goes in your butt.
yeah, it goes in your butt.
That doesn't?
Yeah. My first initial thought, the first time I went into a toilet, was like, when I'm done pooping, do I like spray down the toilet or something? Is it like that devastating?
Is it a courtesy thing?
Yeah. Just clean the toilet after a good shit.
They're so
Is
courteous.
the Bali belly that real?
Yeah.
I mean, so my mom just asked me what I wanted for Christmas. So
Bum
I
gun.
think I know now.
So look into the bum gun.
She might get a little confused if I say, Mom, I want a bum gun.
Yeah. Well, it was really fun when I
Still though? I
FaceTime.
don't understand.
I would FaceTime my parents and be like, I just learned about the bum gun. It's great.
I really thought you were going to say while you were using it.
I was kind
That
of
would be
hoping
funny.
that's where it was going to go.
Excuse me, I got to wipe. Hold on. What's that sound? It's not toilet paper.
It's our toilet paper.
Yeah. Yeah, so that was really interesting.
It sounds like a weird way, and I initially when you said it's a hose, I puckered. I was
Yeah.
like, oh no.
Yeah.
But now I'm like, that could be a good time.
It's good.
Be a
It's good.
time. Refreshing, even.
Yeah. Oh, well, the thing is like once you dry off, you're like, wow, like I can guarantee there will be no streaks in my underwear. Like I'm 100% guaranteeing this now. My butt took a shower.
It's like
my
one step
butt is now
above.
cleaner than my body.
Yeah, it's like one step above the baby wipes.
Yeah, yeah. Oh man. And it's great if you like, have hemorrhoids, it's not like scratching them. So,
Are you
there's
speaking
that.
from experience?
I unfortunately am.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
But hey, I've never had them since. So there's
Bum
something
gun.
special
Thanks,
about
bum gun.
that. Yeah. That's maybe doctors should look into that. I see you have hemorrhoids. Instead of getting cream for you, what we're going to do is we're going to fashion this little gun hose on your toilet. And
On
you're
your
just going to
toilet.
spritz your butthole until it's gone.
You're gonna blast the hemorrhoid right off.
Yeah,
This just sounds so painful.
yeah. And it's funny because like water temperature, you have no control over. Sometimes it could be freezing. Sometimes it could be really warm. The warm ones are a delightful surprise.
Yeah.
Oh well, this is nice.
Yeah. Ooh. I'm enjoying this too
So
much.
is just the bum gun? Is that what I missed while I?
Yeah, the bum gun.
For the
yeah.
most part.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We discussed slightly further about his passion project of the housing and people being able to, but it was only for a moment. And then I was like, so poop. And he
Yeah.
was like, poop.
Oh yeah. I can talk about just about anything about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I'm glad you found that though, because
Yeah.
I think it was like I don't know, January.
Uh-huh.
I remember we met up at a bar and just got a drink. And you were telling me how you wanted to find your passion project.
Yeah.
You've been talking about it for months before that, and I'm
Yeah.
glad this 10-month adventure
It circled
found that for you.
It circled through, and it gave me everything that I needed to do and learn to, find out what I really cared about. And it might not have been like just the travel alone, but the fact that I had no job for the entire year, that I had the freedom to like try something and fail at it, and then try again and fail at it, and keep doing it until like what happened was I would find a theme in every single thing that I tried. It all had to do with some sort of like environmentally friendly thing or to do with some socially responsible businesses.
Right.
And so I would always gravitate towards some sort of project that had to do with that. And then eventually, once I came to a close, My friend said that he was gonna, sort of feature me as a nomadic developer, and he's like, so what are you? Like, just say what you are, and
Professionally
that's what you
homeless.
Yeah. I should have wrote that. Man, reverse time.
Hindsight,
Let's go
2020.
back. Professionally homeless.
Could have coined it.
Yeah. I'll have a 6-day conference on being professionally homeless and how that lifestyle is incredible.
I'm the greatest homeless person you've ever seen.
Yeah.
I want you to wear a black turtleneck, but it's all ratty.
It's all right. Yeah. Yeah. It has like holes in it and
Yeah.
stuff.
This is the bum gun.
Yeah. Let me teach you about the bum gun. It'll change your life. If you're a stand-up whitebird, you will be no more.
No more. Josh, it's going to change your game, bro.
All right, I'll believe it when I see it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So are you going to be professionally homeless forever? Is this a forever thing, or do you see yourself setting up a base and helping other professionally homeless people?
I would like to think it's forever, but I don't know that far in the future. I think temporarily forever, if you will. At least for a couple of years, yeah. Until like something happens. But the cool part about it is, unlike most people, I really have no future, which sounds really dark at the time, but it's very exciting.
This took a dark turn.
It's exciting because you have an average day life where you wake up, you go to work, and you get home and you do your home stuff, and that happens Monday through Friday, and then you get the weekend to do whatever you want. And that if you keep this job for the next couple of years, you kind of know where you'll lie in the next couple of years. Maybe you'll have a pay grade and you'll be able to afford to buy a house. You're like, I can plan for these things. But for me, I have no idea where I'm going to be next month, and I have no plans of being anywhere at that moment. So like everything just happens very spontaneously. And because of the spontaneity, I don't really have a future in terms of I don't know what the hell I'm going to do, but I do know that whatever happens when I'm there is going to be spectacular.
You have a direction, just not
I just have
anything else.
Exactly. Yeah. Like I'm going.
It sounds very freeing, honestly.
It really is, and it's very exciting because it's actually kind of funny when people like ask my parents. They're like, "Well, where's Dustin going next?" And they're like, "We don't know." And they're like, "No, you're just not telling us." And they're like, "No, we don't know because he doesn't even know."
Yeah.
Like he can't even tell us. Like, and so, but something happens where I'll meet somebody in a country and they'll be like, "You should go to this country. These people are going to be there. They're going to connect you with some sort of professional thing." And then it all just happens. And it's sort of like a holistic travel where like you just kind of rely on fate to like build everything for you. But as long as you're striving, you're like, just say yes and do it. And then things will happen and things will, be successful for you as long as you just keep working for it. And yeah, it's liberating in a sense that it sounds dark to be like, I don't have a future. I don't know what's happening.
But you don't have a planned future.
But I don't have a planned future, yeah.
Did that give you a lot of anxiety at first? Are you a very anxious person?
I was at first, especially traveling to countries. I have no idea what's going on. I don't know anything about it. Mm-hmm. When I land, I don't know like where to go. Like I get off the plane, I'm like, so now what? And it was very a lot of anxiety was happening at the first point, but then you realize that you do it more, and then you just get comfortable knowing that like things are going to happen, and it's like whatever.
Like you can roll with whatever.
Yeah, like anything that gets to you, there's always a way out. Like if your biggest fear is death, it won't get to that level, right?
Right.
I mean, the worst thing that's ever happened for me was I got off the plane in Italy and rented a car, and I had no service and no internet, and I just started driving. I was like, I need to get to this city, but I have no idea how to get to this city. Everything's in Italian. I just see a sign that says Milan on it, so I'm just gonna follow that. And all of a sudden, this road takes me like into the Swiss Alps or the Italian Alps, and I'm like, this is not the way I'm going. I'm supposed to be going like parallel to these mountains, not at them. And so like I'm super lost. I have no data. I can't contact anybody. I'm in a car in a foreign country. Nobody speaks English because it's a very nationalist country, where they're like Italian or no.
Yeah.
And which is totally cool. And so I eventually pull over. I find what I consider now my U.S. consulate, Burger King. And
Nice.
I walk into a Burger
Fuck
King.
you, McDonald's.
And finally say Wi-Fi enough that someone understands that I need Wi-Fi. And then eventually I connect to the Burger King's Wi-Fi. I was able to download Google Maps, finally get to my destination. But it all worked out in the end. Like, I just kept driving until something looked familiar and figured it out, and I got to where I needed to go. Was it a pain in the ass? Hell yeah. But, you know, it gives you perspective that you really don't have to worry, because it'll all just like work out in the end, as long as you have enough time to let it work itself out. And so then you get this whole time perspective that you're like, you know, like everything works out in time. Maybe it might suck now, and it'll probably suck for a long time, but just let it keep going and understand that it'll eventually like kind of iron itself out.
It's like elements of stoicism.
Yeah.
Where it's as long as you stay calm, keep doing the right thing, eventually it's going to work out.
Yeah.
And when it's like, if you experience how bad something can be, you never really have that anxiety because you know you can handle it.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's, I mean, I feel like that's a big part of what you gained from doing this trip.
And the longer you do it, the more like stoicism just like kind of like ingrains itself in your lifestyle, because like things happen all the time that's super spontaneous, whether you like it or not. And you're just like, you know what, like whatever. Like if what is the worst that can happen is usually always the first question I ask when I'm like about to like jump into something really terrifying. And what's the worst that can happen? I think only once death was the worst thing that could happen, right? Which is when I hiked active volcano, right?
Oh, wow.
So when
Where
I
was
hiked, that was in Bali.
Okay.
And that was super spontaneous. Like one day someone on Facebook's like, who wants to hike Mount Agung with me? And I was like, I will. And so I met this guy, Magnus, super cool dude. I met him like that day. And then the following day, midnight, we're about to ascend Mount Agung for a 6-hour climb, which is 99% vertical and like 1% horizontal. So like you're always going up, and it is scary because it's midnight. All you have is a headlamp. You can only get to see the first 2 steps in front of you, and then whoever's in front of you. And then you look down, and there is no down.
And there's murder.
Yeah. And it's like, if I slip, I'm gone, you know? And that was like the most terrifying thing I've ever done while abroad. And that was just a crazy experience, because the entire time I was fighting this mountain, that I actually personified it and started getting into like mental arguments with it. Where I was like, you're not going to conquer me. I'm going to get to your peak. I'm going to fuck you up, you know? And then like, you're just doing that the whole way up, because like it is totally conquering you physically, mentally, emotionally, like everything. It's taking every toll in your energy to like get to the top. And then once you get to the top, you're like, wow, like if I can do this, which literally when I said, what's the worst that could happen, was death. Right. And I could succeed in this. Like, not everything else beyond this is nothing to me. Like any stressful situation, it's like, oh, like I'm about to miss a deadline on a job. It's like, what's the worst that can happen? Well, not dying. Yeah. So like, who gives a shit?
They're not going to be like, you missed this deadline.
Yeah.
Off with your head.
They're going to introduce you to Thomas the Shank Engine.
The Shank Engine.
Yeah. So like everything is like in perspective at that point where you're like, well, the worst that can happen is not death, so let's just deal with it.
What do you miss about being in the States? Is there stuff that you're like, man, I could really go for this thing?
Well, at first, the food sometimes, right? So having just it's weird to like want a chain restaurant, just chicken tenders and fries, because everything abroad is very local, very unique, all very delicious, you know. But most places actually was super healthy. In Bali, most of the places I ate was vegan, so I ate very healthy, lost a lot of weight. but it was all good and it was delicious. But it's like you just want to sit there and you're like, I just want to like get some fried food in my belly and just have some regret for the next few hours.
You want that sense of home.
Yeah, exactly. It's that like, I remember when, you know, and that, and plus the, you know, being able to order food in English. You know, a lot of countries I had to start learning how to speak their languages just to order food. And that was like, you know, you do it a month and you're like, that's fun. But then you do it for like a couple months and you're like, oh. When I got to America and I was like,
just give me the food.
Yeah.
Just give me the food.
Yeah. Like I ordered like payway at the Fort Lauderdale airport and they're like, what do you want? And I'm like, wait, I want a chicken. And like, I could say that now. And I'm like, I don't have to speak these other languages anymore. And it was like really, you know, it felt comfortable again.
Yeah.
That I didn't have to always be on my guard to like speak a language I don't know.
Yeah, that's the same thing you said when we went and got coffee a couple hours ago. You're like, I almost said caliente.
Yeah, like they asked me if I wanted a hot or cold coffee, and I was like, caliente? And I was like, wait, I don't have to say that anymore.
Sorry, Stacy. I meant hot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh. What do you do for meals and stuff? Do you find yourself cooking? Is it order out? Do you guys like what's the norm?
So in specific areas, so like Bali and Thailand and stuff, you just go out because it's actually cheaper in some places to just go out to dinner than it is to cook for yourself, especially Thailand, where you can get like a 60-cent noodles and soup. And it's like, well, I could do that, or I could like go to a store, buy noodles for like 50 cents, buy vegetables for a couple dollars, and then you've already outspent like dinner.
Yeah.
Right. You could do that, and most of the time I did do that. Plus, I lived in a place that didn't have much of a kitchen. I think I had just like a hot plate for water, and so like I could make a cup of noodles or boil up some tea or something. But at that point, you go out. But then you get to other more, like I think the more Western the countries, the more I was cooking, right? So when I was in Hungary, I did some cooking. When I was in Lisbon, I was bouncing between hostels, so I really couldn't cook. But then when I was in Colombia, I lived with two other guys who also cooked a lot, and we would always go out, get food, cook it, and it was cheaper doing that. So it was basically whatever is cheaper is the route you went.
Yeah.
So in Southeast Asia, going out to dinner is cheaper, and South America, cooking is cheaper. So like that is sort of what made my decisions on where I go and get food.
Right.
Because I'm trying to make this an affordable travel, not necessarily ball out in every country I'm trying to go.
Yeah.
Which, though, you could ball out in Bali for very cheap. Like, infinity pools are as prevalent as, you know, the bum gun. So they're everywhere. So
same water source, too.
Yeah, same water source. Yeah. That's the hard part to get used to.
Yeah. So I know you have season 2 coming up, effectively. Mm-hmm. And, like, what are your plans for it? Because I've noticed you started doing more Instagram stories.
Yeah,
and things like that,
now that I've sort of found myself in terms of like what I want to do, what I'm really passionate about, now the second season is going to be me actually interacting with that passion. So this past year, I would float a few pictures up in the countries that I am. I would obviously find the coolest pictures in that country to show you how cool it is to live here, right? I wasn't showing you the bum gun. I was showing you like
I wanted the bum gun.
The 4-story apartment that we got for the weekend with a second floor infinity pool, like stuff like that I was showing. But this time I'm going to do a lot more vlogging and blogging. So I'm trying to get used to being in front of a camera. Mm-hmm. And
you're welcome.
Yeah. Thank you. And try and sort of talk out what I'm doing and what I'm really passionate about to see if anybody resonates with my passion enough to also watch and interact with me. So my personal brand, I'm going to do a lot more blogging, a lot more vlogging, and reach every single medium to reach the broadest audience. You know, I'm obviously going to start following Gary Vee's whole thing of you need to be on every channel.
Yeah, and just pump stuff out.
And just keep pumping stuff out and because what was that term that he used to say? He trades in social media or something?
Trades in attention.
Trades in attention, yeah. So like I'm going to adapt that so that it's no longer me just thinking about the passion and talking to the 1-2 people that I meet that want to hear about it. Now I'm just going to see how many people all over the internet want to hear about it and see if they're interested. And if they are, that's awesome, because what I'm interested in is both helping the planet be a cleaner planet that we get to live on for maybe longer than we think we are, because we're planning to go to Mars. So I like my planet. I think I'm gonna stay.
I'm pretty good here.
I'd like to fix the one we have.
Oh no.
Mars seems pretty cool.
Mars does seem cool, but I won't be able to live to go there. So
so where can people find you?
Well, right now they can find me on who'sdustin.com, who's_Dustin on Twitter, and who's.Dustin on Instagram.
Cool.
But that will all be changing in season 2. So if you catch me now, it's the Who's Dustin. But part of my personal rebrand is, well, I don't have to ask who Dustin is anymore. I know who Dustin is. Mm-hmm. So it might just be Dustin Delatore. I'm not sure.
Okay.
I'm on a working title at this moment.
Yeah.
Until season 2 pops off. But I'll definitely keep you informed to see where that will take me.
Yeah, this was very informative, and we got to talk about poop, which was cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, any conversation that has poop in it is probably my favorite conversation.
Obviously the best.
Yeah.
Good shit.
Highest
Good
quality.
shit.
Yeah. I'll be honest with you, though. When I was abroad and I learned about the bum gun, I was like, man, I can't wait to go back to America and tell all my friends about this thing.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, I definitely want to have you back on at some point.
Yeah,
it'll
after
be a
season
little
2.
or even during. I mean, we can
during
probably
season
get him
2.
to phone in.
Yeah,
somehow.
I can phone one in for you on a new country, and probably even show you firsthand what a bum gun is.
Yeah.
Maybe I will sit on the toilet while we do season 2. It'd be really fun.
Bolly belly.
Yeah.
Hold on, guys.
Yeah. This is round 4.
I just got less excited for the next. Oh, well, this was great. I'm really glad we got to do this.
Yeah, it was a good time.
But so you can follow Dustin on the things he said before, and I'm gonna put that down in the description. You can follow us. Yeah,
You should follow us.
Yeah, on
Yeah.
the
I'm
Junk
gonna follow
Drawer.
all of you guys.
Thank you. That's
Yeah.
great. But we'll have everything down in the description
We
below.
won't have a bum gun, though.
We don't have a bum gun, but we're working on it.
We're working on it. It's working.
I'll get you the footage.
Yes. Great.
Awesome. Well, like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. And we will see you guys next time.
See ya.
Peace.
There we go. Okay.
Bye.